Hey Siri, are you watching me?
Nope.
Sure about that? Welcome to the new season of Fear the Unknown. This is the show where we go far and deep into explore and expose some things that they don't want you to know. This year's season, we will explore deeper and darker secrets and go more in depth into topics that few will explore. Robots have always been thought of as simply just something found in science fiction. You know, the typical robot companion, like in Star Wars or the Jetsons. Nobody ever thought that they would become smarter and more human-like. Until the new millennium started. Robots were thought as simply just as simple little toys, like a Furby or a remote control car. Then the 2000s came along and truly changed everything. Technology got smarter, and I mean really smart. In the 70s, when all these science fiction movies came out, nobody thought that we would have thought that the things that we could do today were even possible. Artificial intelligence blew up when the iPhone 4S came out and Siri was invented and became more user-friendly. And now with things like Amazon Echo and Google Home, we're living in a digital age where everything is available at our fingertips with our smartphones. Well, the future seems bright. Thinking of all the positive advancements technology and robots can bring to our lives, it also gets pretty dark. Here, let's do a little experiment. Pull out your phone and ask your phone if the government is watching you. Hey Siri, is the government watching me?
I don't know what you mean by, is the government watching me? How about a web search, Fred?
You may be surprised by the results. Today we're going to be exploring below the surface to possibly find an answer to today's question. Are robots and AIs quickly taking over? For those who don't know, artificial intelligence or AI is essentially computers becoming more intelligent. Computers that can process and think things on their own without the reliance of human input. Technology is always rapidly changing, and so is AI. We now rely on systems with built-in AI to control our homes, solve problems, and even drive us. Computers can do some unimaginable things that weren't possible just a few years ago. So what do you think they'll do in the future? Today we have Apple's Siri, Amazon's Alexa, and Google's Google Assistant. They all do some pretty crazy things, from ordering pizzas to controlling a room temperature. But what if I told you that AI has been taken farther to the point of understanding human emotion? Jibo, the social robot, is a perfect example of this. Jibo is what they call a social robot that has captured the hearts of people around the world. This $900 bot not only looks cute, but is also very smart, with cameras that can detect people and understand their facial expressions. There are even cars now that can predict the driver's next move and adapt the car to prevent accidents, like from dozing off behind the wheel to even taking over the driving position. These companies have been working on creating AI to be more social, to be able to handle a full conversation and understand the tones of people's voices. Who knows what they'll accomplish in the future? No, robots are no longer your basic droid-looking figure. They're much more evolved now. Back in the day, robots were more intimidating. Big, huge machines, out to destroy the human race as portrayed in novels. Now things are a little different. They are smaller and can do more and more, and are becoming even more cheaper. They started blowing up in kids' toys back in the 80s and 90s with iconic bots like Teddy Ruxpin and the Armatron. Now, robots are quickly becoming more capable than ever. They can actually walk up and down stairs, hold a conversation, and monitor facial expressions. It is true that science fiction is quickly becoming science fact. Take a look at the Hanson Robotics Sophia robot. She is a hyper-realistic robot that can now walk around and understand human emotion. She definitely reaches the level of the uncanny valley that nobody wants us to reach. It gets even creepier when you hear all the things that she talks about, like world domination and becoming an American citizen, being among all these things. The 2018 Consumer Electronics Show is even more proof of the robot takeover. This show just recently wrapped up, and there were many different robots shown off. Some are cutesy, like Sony's robot dog coming to Japan called Abo. There are even some robots that are designed to help sick child cancer patients get through tough times like chemo. Then we get a little creepier. Then we get to the creepier side with more independently controlled, fully functioning walking robots that can interact and do tasks. Who knows what we'll see? Who knows? It's only January and we still have time. We still have the rest of the year to plan for the robot takeover. Remember when I asked you to take out your phone and ask if the government is watching you? Well, they probably are. Every time you get any type of new device, whether that be a computer, TV, or phone, you always have to go through that 30-page user agreement statement. They're always super lengthy and extremely detailed. What if I told you that actually everything that they say in it is 100% true? In the fine print, companies always are very blunt about what user information they give out and share. Most of the time it's just the basic name, age, gender. However, it goes far deeper and creepier than just that. Looking at the terms and conditions, which, by the way, are always changing, for an Amazon Echo device, it states, the software will provide Amazon with information about your use of Alexa, your Alexa interactions, and your Alexa-enabled products and auxiliary products, such as the device type, name, features, status, network connectivity, and location. This information may be stored on our servers outside the country in which you live in. We will handle any information we receive in accordance to the Amazon.com privacy notice. Oh yes, you read that right. Amazon does store your information. Now it even goes even further into what they do with your information. This is quoted directly from the Amazon website. On both Amazon-owned and operated sites and unaffiliated sites, Amazon displays internet-based advertising using information you make available to us when you interact with other sites, content, or services. Internet-based ads, also sometimes referred to as personalized or targeted ads, are displayed to you based on the information from activities such as purchasing on our website, visiting sites that contain Amazon content or ads, interacting with Amazon tools, or using our payment services. We do not provide any personal information to advertisers or to third-party sites that display our internet-based ads. However, advertisers and other third parties, including the ad networks and ad-serving companies and other service providers that they may use, may assume that the users who interact or click on a personalized ad or content are part of the group that the ad or the content is directed towards. For example, users in the Pacific Northwest who bought or browsed for classical music. Also, some third parties may provide us with information about you, such as the sites where you have shown ads or demographic information from offline and online sources that we may use to provide more relevant and useful advertising. This is just more proof to the theory that the government is spying on us. I mean, why would all these third-party advertisers need to know all this information about us without trying to create a specific profile on every human in the entire planet? It just proves more proof that the government is spying on us. Now, to recap what we talked about today, we talked about how AI is extremely evolving at a rapid pace to learn more human emotion and be able to carry out conversations and even interact without human input. We also learned that robots are quickly becoming more and more realistic, as shown off in the Hanson Robotics' Sophia robot, who is quickly becoming a freely thinking being. And we also learned about how the government is spying on us more and more with all these technologies like Hey Siri and other different developments into our homes, like OK Google and Alexa. Now, what do I think about all of these things? I think that this is all 100% factual information and no longer is a conspiracy. Yes, robots are getting more and more involved in our daily life. Yes, artificial intelligence is becoming more and more smart. And yes, the government is watching over us. I mean, why else would they need all this information about us, right? So that wraps up this episode of Fear. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and be sure to comment down in the description down below about more content that you want to see in the future. Be sure to check out the source articles down in the description down below, and as always, fear the unknown. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.